The power of few. Its inception came back when I was in college. I was studying the media at the time, and one of the challenges was to see and understand any biases in the media. So I was learning that in school, and I kind of tied that to my world of storytelling and trying to understand if you can tell a story without a bias.
Listen to me, all right? You listen to my words and find out exactly what you know. Razor, fire, cloud. Master, wreck. Master.
Who's responsible in a story like this? When there is a crime, does it change your opinion when you see it from other characters' points of view? And that's what it was. It was about layering a story in a way that would be a unique experience for the viewer to say, well, this is pretty interesting, to see a crime and who's involved and from what angle. And then we certainly take a spin there at the end and throw it on its head. So that was a big part of the fun in making the story.
My good friend from college, he actually met Leone first, and they were doing some small projects, I guess, like a commercial world type of a work. And then I came into the mix. Me and Leone met. I remember we went to that Italian place. That's where he's Italian, and Italian macaroni over. He told me I got the script. I'm producing. Koryanka is one of our producers, and I said I'd love to read it. What's it about? Let's read it. So I read it literally. Leone is really fast on this. He got it to me in 2 days probably. I read it. I love the script immediately. I was attracted to it like a magnet. And I said, how could I be involved? What do you see me? And they said, well, I need a producing partner. We need to raise funds. We need to. I'm doing this in the studio system, but if that doesn't work, I'm going to do it independently.
I like the view from up here.
Why are they after you?
Stupid reasons. They must have thought I was dealing or something.
Were you?
No.
Then I'm glad I helped.
Yeah, but you didn't know that at the time. Could have been helping the wrong guy.
Well, who's to judge? Doing what I do, I could be helping the wrong guy every single day.
I got a target on my back, though. I never should have climbed on with you.
Koryanka had just got off of New World at the time, and I thought this is great. We got a star in here who's also producing, and the script is wonderful, and I want to be involved. So that's how I got involved.
And Roy was one of the few filmmakers I met when I got to town. Moved to Los Angeles, you meet a ton of people who are in the business, want to be the next Stanley Kubrick, David Lynch, Steven Spielberg, and he was one who I met who was always interested in distribution. That was where his mind was first. So it was always certainly the creative approach to telling an interesting story is in our hearts, and it's the passion that drives this. But ultimately, when you're taking on a project and really looking at it, the reality of what it takes to make a movie, Roy was one who always understood and thought about distribution. He had some experience selling films, so when we got together and talked about it, it wasn't just about, hey, this shot, that shot, how to make it great on screen, but what's the business of a film? And that was a big part of, his early contribution, and, from there we built, the model to make the movie. When I first got the project out into town with my casting director, Kelly Wagner, she was able to get it in front of some agents, and we had some early interest from a whole range of actors. At the time, we didn't have the business put together, so we couldn't really act on it. But there were early days when Dennis Hopper was interested, James Woods was interested for a second, and I remember Juliette Lewis. We went through stages there. Ultimately, it became real when Koryanka Kilcher, as Roy mentioned, was coming off of the New World. and she connected to the project. Now, she was just in Terrence Malick's movie. It was her debut, and she really kind of blew the world away with what she did with Pocahontas. She attached herself to the project. At that point, it became more legitimate in the eyes of town in terms when you'd send it out and it's got that actor attached. They take a closer look, and so working with Kelly, continued to work with her casting team and getting it in front of some of the right people, and ultimately it got to Christopher Walken's agent, who they sit on it for 3 months, 4 months go by. So we're raising money and we're trying to keep the thing moving along, and it's just it's a trick because these guys are getting offers all the time, and where do you fall in that? But so through a few years of rejection, up and down with some close calls and some possible actors, we ultimately got the call back from Walken's agent, who said he was interested.
Shit the cheese.
I seem to have misplaced my firearm.
Misplaced?
I know that sounds strange, but I had it earlier. And now it's gone.
Friend, it sounds like you need to be more astute.
If I see anything, I'll be sure to report it to you.
Thank you.
A lot of the cast kind of happened in the last minute. Once you're a real film, and this is the story for a lot of indie filmmakers, and if you're going down that road of, trying to get that one or two actors that makes your story, what's amazing is when it happens, the people who, when your movie's real and it's going and you're in pre-production, and we were in New Orleans and happening, people like Jesse Bradford became aware of the project, Nikki Whelan and Moon Bloodgood, and those things all happened in the last minute. So it's pretty amazing what can happen when you are in full production.
When you're a moving train, when you're a moving train and project is going and it's in production and everybody knows about it, the town knows about it, then maybe not the leads, but in our film, they're all sort of leads because we have 5 different stories. A lot of people jumped on board, and that also helped us have a better cast.
Recently, a friend said to us, you didn't go out and just make a movie, you actually built a studio. Because I think because we raised every dollar through individuals and small companies around America, we have the responsibility to see it through. And I think at each turn we've taken it very serious. What is the best move on a business front? What's the best move in making this work? And in doing that, it became a model that can certainly support films and make more. And it is a mini studio that's been put together.
Ours is the age which is proud of machines that think, and suspicious, and who try to. So for Christ's sakes, man, let's make them suspicious.